Hi everyone, it's Diane. Welcome back. Happy that you're here today. I'm going to share another Halloween card. We are coming up on the end of the Halloween card series. I don't know how many I've done, only maybe like 4 or whatever. I'm anxious to get into my autumn and fall and Thanksgiving cards. So I want to wrap up Halloween. We might throw another one in there just for fun, but you know. Anywho, the first tip I wanted to share with you, because I'm cutting out some spiders in my spooky, and I don't know what all, as usual, I never know what I'm going to use until we actually get there. But I wanted to share, like, I have some scraps of metallic paper, the foil specialty paper. And rather than, when I need to cut these out, rather than using just the whole scrap here, could have had him taken out, and putting this through my die cutting machine, I try to cut my pieces down to the size I'm going to need with foil paper, so that when you put them through your die cutting machine, all your little scratches and impressions and everything from your cutting mats don't get impressed onto your foil. I don't know if you can see around the spooky. See all the little marks? So just to keep that to a minimum, you know, if you cut your foil paper down to about the size you need, you know, doesn't have to be precise, but your little dies will cut out nice and smooth, and you end up with some scraps left over that aren't all scarred up. So I could get another spooky out of this. Well, no, I can't get a spooky. My K is too tall. But I could use this for another word. If I would have left this on my scrap paper here, it would have been all marred up. So that's my little tip for today. Maybe you already knew that, though. Maybe I'm preaching to the choir. Huh. You guys are all smart and crafty. So today's card is another simple one. Of course, I don't think I'm going to beat the one I did. I don't know which day it's going to be. I think it is a Monday card, because I'm pre-recording some of these. And that one only ended up being like 18 minutes or something. That's got to be like the fastest video I ever did. But when you have a layout or a design for a card that you really like, it makes it so much easier, because all you have to do then is alter your paper or your colors, and that's what happened with my card that I made for Monday. It was a design that we had done before, but I altered my colors, my paper, adapted it to what I needed, and it only took me a few minutes to make it. So this one's not like that. Excuse me, this one might take a little bit longer. So my spooky that I just cut out came from Seasonal Frame Thinlit Dies. I don't know if I'm going to use spooky. I might. This little spider, the teeny tiny one, came from the Wicked Dies by Stampin' Up. And this larger spider came from, over here. This is the same one that we used the other day. This is out of the little mini treat box dies. It's just a nice size spider. And I didn't realize when I cut it on the black, all the detail on the back of this. I don't know if you can see. He's all embossed on his back. It's really actually kind of pretty. And I don't know what's with the spiders, because I don't like spiders. But for some reason, that's what I'm using. Oh, wait. This one goes here. This is Halloween. It's going to go back in my little tray. And then that one's seasonal. And then the other thing that I used, this was My Favorite Things spiderweb die, spiderweb cover-up. And I wanted to try this. So I cut this out of black glimmer paper. Isn't this a beautiful die? So here's the other thing. I actually didn't put my card together. I cut 2 spider webs out, but I didn't put the second one on anything. I didn't even cut out all the little bits because this is beautiful without cutting it out. And I don't know if you'll be able to see. You can see right through it when there's light behind it. Is that cool or what? So I'm trying to figure out, I did lay it on a piece of silver and it doesn't really show up as well. I laid it on a piece of white and you can kind of see it, but not like I just showed you when the light was shining through. So I'm thinking I might layer this on a piece of vellum and use the whole panel on a front, because it's almost like lace. It's beautiful. So I didn't take that one out. I didn't take out all the little bits. So the black paper that I used is Stampin' Up's black glimmer paper, and I have to tell you, when they have glimmer paper in whatever color, I think I still have some of the balmy blue. It's a nice paper to have. It's not like some glitter paper where when you cut it you have glitter everywhere. This doesn't really rub off. I mean, you get a little bit, but it's no more than your paper bits when you're die cutting. So it's a nice paper. It's a little heavier than cardstock, so it did take some muscle to run this through my die cutting machine with that die. I ran it through a couple of times. Because it does sort of have a coating on the back of it, but it really is a pretty die. I like that. So then we got to putting the card together part, and I got stuck because did I want to put this on just a cardstock or a designer paper on the back? Or did I want to put it on, this was a gold dazzling paper that Stampin' Up had. I think it was during Celebration the one time. That's kind of cool too. Sorry if you hear all the noise, it's trash pickup day. I don't know if I want to do that. And then when I took it off and I laid this on here, I was like, oh, that's pretty just on the black card. So this might be a quick card. We may just add this to the black. Add spooky. I don't know, maybe we have some baby spiders. That's kind of pretty, you know? I like it. I think that's what I'm going to go with. So once again, here we are with a design that we're letting the paper do the design for us. And we've talked before so many times about how the card almost tells you what it wants. I'll grab my silicone mat again since I'm doing a skinny glue here. I mean, this isn't what I had in my mind when I started out today. I knew I wanted to use the die, the spiderweb die, with my black glimmer paper. But I really thought I was going to layer it onto some design paper, or actually, that's a lie. I'm terrible, right? My initial thought, come on, pay attention, was to ink blend a background. Because we know I love my ink blending. But then I was afraid that everybody was getting a little tired of me just doing ink blending backgrounds. So that's when I thought, well, maybe we'll just use some designer series paper and layer that on. But I really do prefer it without anything behind it. And sometimes that happens. The designs are just so pretty on their own. Or the paper, some of that designer series paper is just so beautiful, makes a card just by layering it onto a piece of cardstock. Yeah, so if you have little sentiment dies or greetings, that pretty much takes care of the whole thing. Ooh, I should have probably burnished that a little bit better. This glue does dry clear, thankfully. We'll try to clean up some of the squishy-outy stuff. So how's everybody doing? I don't even think I asked that. I just jumped right in there with the metallic paper thing and didn't even ask how you're doing. We're all doing pretty good here. Cammie's healing nicely after her surgery. She almost thinks that she's a pup again. She isn't. She tries to hop up the front steps to get in the house and trips half the time. Or she'll think that she wants to run on the front porch, and then of course she has to come in and take a nap. Because she is older. She's about 14, 13 or 14. But I have to say the surgery is probably one of the best moves we made. We probably, well, I don't think it was really an option before this, so, we keep saying we should have had it done before, but she had and for anyone who hadn't joined in earlier, she had a tumor on her side. Well, and it turned out to be a cyst, but she also had 2 tumors under her belly. And the cyst on her side had gotten kind of large. And the vet finally agreed that it was time to take it off and that she was in good enough health to handle the surgery, and so that's where we went with that. But so every time my husband and I say, oh, we should have done this sooner, really, the cyst wasn't that big then. So it really wasn't, they weren't really concerned about taking it off unless it started to interfere with her her walking or jumping or laying down or whatever. And it didn't really seem to bother her to do any of those things, but we did notice that her breathing was getting a lot more labored, and I think it probably was just the pressure of that laying on her, probably on her lungs. So anyway, we were pretty happy when the vet said, yeah, she was strong enough that she would be able to do well through surgery. And boy, like I said, excuse me, probably the best thing we could have done for her. She's just a happy camper. Sissy goes for her shots today. She will not be happy with me later. They have to have all their updates and stuff before they can go camping. So I'm not getting a shot today. You are getting a shot today. Now this is going to be a little tricky to glue because I'm gluing foil to glitter. And both of those are a little finicky. So we're just gonna give it a minute here. And I think maybe we'll glue the little babies on here and then we'll put the mama up on a dimensional. Yeah, so I have I actually have the inspirational kit from Brutus Monroe, and that might be one of the reasons I'm anxious to get started on autumn and Thanksgiving cards, because it did have a cute little stamp and die set in there. And the hardest part about this card, where to put that third spider, that third baby. Oh my goodness, can you believe it? 16 minutes. Oh my goodness, this was quicker than the one I did the other day. Didn't even mean to do that. But look how quick you can get a card put together. I love it. I really do. I don't even think it needs any, like, I was thinking of maybe adding some gold dots to it, but I don't think I need to. I just like it like this. Well, let's do something different then. Since that only took 16 minutes, let's do something else. Oh, I don't have vellum out to work with that other one, and I don't really know what I want to do with it yet, so try to work and figure that out. Let's take a look at that inspiration kit. So it came in one of these nice little plastic zipper bags with some, oh, I got this orange paper from them before and I love it. This is like the Glimmer paper. It didn't come apart. Oh, there's brown under there. I missed it. It doesn't have the glitter fall all over. And some rose color paper. White and yellow. And a little inspiration sheet. Stamps and dies. Wishing you brighter days. If friends were flowers, I'd pick you. Don't stop leafing. Be leafing. Don't stop be leafing. Oh, that's cute. Smile. Happiness blooms from within. Cute. This is called, I don't know, it doesn't have a name, a stamp name to it, probably because it's in the inspiration kit, but here's all the coordinating dies. Is that amazing? 39 dies and 44 stamps. Crazy. Some note cards. Coordinating ribbon, sequins, happy fall, foilable card panels. Oh, those are always fun. I like the foil. Foilable conversation clippings. Cool. And some designer paper. Cute. Let's take a peek at that. see, what do we have? Oh, is that pretty? Maybe we should just try to do one of those cards that is on that inspiration sheet. Since I really haven't had time to take a gander at this. Here, which one? Oh, look, isn't that cute? Sunflowers. We have our Stampin' Up sunflower set too. I love, love, love. They're so pretty. What is all this from? I wonder. I think it's paper. And I don't think it was a die. I like this one. Let's try something like that. I don't have that background die. Oh, they used glaze and stuff in the background. Oh, you know what? I think I did get... Oh, no, I ordered that separate. It didn't come with this, I don't think. That one's pretty, too, with the scripty behind. Or is that wood? Let's just see what we can do. I'm always telling you how easy it is to let a card make itself, right? So let's just... These are really cute papers. I love all the little foxes. Well, let's start with this. So, I'm going to need an alcohol marker safe ink to stamp in, because we're going to color some of these in. And what will we color them with? What'd I grab? Wood olive, of course. Cajun Craze. Pale Papaya. And pumpkin pie. How does that always happen? How do I always pick the pumpkin pie? Oh, I didn't get a dark pale papaya. I got a light pumpkin pie again. How do I do that? I need... Ooh, that's a good one too. Dark pale papaya, light pale papaya, Calypso coral. That's a good one to throw in there. And some Cajun Craze. All right. Memento. There's my Memento ink. Oh, right behind me. And I'm back. Sorry, my phone was ringing. I have to check that. Hubby's been working out of town, so when he calls, I'm never quite sure what's up. I should probably do this on scrappy paper first because I haven't used this stamp. Or what we can do is stamp it, clean it, stamp it, clean it, just get a little bit of an ink buildup on there. Oh, not on my block. Oh, now I have all these alcohol markers all over. All my blends are sitting out here, taking up all my room. Got a couple little leaves on here. I think my ink pad needs re-inked. I have a couple little dry spots, it seems. Here. I was going to say, where did I get this? And we have our dies ready to go. Cover up my ink so I don't stick my arm in it, because we know that's what'll be next. And this is light old olive. See how quickly we can color this in. I was going to say cover this in. How about color this in? A little bit of dark. And then go back over it with the light. Oh, I feel like such a weakling with those caps. I don't know. Let's see. Let's start with Cajun Craze. And I know I usually do light, dark, light when I'm using alcohol ink. But I kind of am not sure where all of my dark spots are on this stamp yet here, so might be easiest for me to go in here with my dark first and define that. I think we're going to mix a little bit of pale papaya in with this and give some a little bit lighter tips on some of these petals. I don't really know if that's supposed to be part of the petal or in between, so can't really tell. Let me just throw my Stampin' Blend across the room, huh? I missed a spot down there too. Okay, and this one, let's do some pumpkin pie, and maybe not the Calypso coral. Let's see where it goes. Kind of went quiet, sorry. Trying to figure out my petals here. Gotta say one thing about alcohol markers is that they're so forgiving. You can color pretty much whatever you want to, and the way that they blend together really helps. pretty. Well, now my 15-minute video has most certainly increased in time. Yeah. I like how they have the picture for all of your dies on here too. Especially when it comes to these, I think the sunflower would be a little harder to line up, although those few petals on the side would make it easier to line up with your stamped image. It kind of gives you an idea of where your dies need to be placed on your image. Oh, I cannot get over all of this sinusy stuff, honestly. I know when hubby just called too, he sounds like he's all congested and has a little bit of adhesive on the die from the packaging, and every time I go to pick my fingers up, I take the die with it. Silly. I could have tried to put the leaf on there too. Oh, gosh, I don't need to lose another die. I still haven't found the little flower one that I've been missing for a couple weeks. I finally threw my trash away. I'd been through it 3 times, so I'm sure I didn't accidentally drop it in there. But well, as of today, it's a little late to go get it back out now. But I'm sure it wasn't in there. I did hunt. I'm going to have to go back and watch the video again that I did that with and see, I don't know, maybe it's stuck to some cardstock. That's a possibility. Alright, let's get the die for the leaf. I can figure out which one that is there. Didn't take too long to figure out. Do you send out Thanksgiving cards to your family, friends? I usually do, actually. Try to send everybody something. I don't get to see my family very often, so I do tend to send a lot of cards. So now we can layer this up onto either a piece of that pretty paper that's in the little booklet, or we can do some kind of background. I'm almost thinking, though, if I try to use some of that pretty paper, it's going to be too busy. And our flowers won't stand out. Yeah, see, they're not going to stand out very well on that. So, what are we going to use? We're going to use... Oh, I wonder if they use some of those foilable background papers to put theirs on the inspiration. Maybe not. I don't know. I do think we're going to use that. Well, it's pretty lightweight. So let's get a heavier sheet of cardstock. Just use a soft suede. That's the other thing about Stampin' Up's paper, I gotta say. You know, just like the Glimmer paper, their cardstock is amazing. When I first was gonna do our little spiderweb card there, and I grabbed my package of paper off my shelf and took out a piece of black, and I was thinking, what is this? Why is this so lightweight? I wonder if they changed the weight of the paper or something. And pulled the whole packet out, and it wasn't Stampin' Up paper. That was why. So I opened a new black one and from Stampin' Up, and sure enough, it's just such a nice heavy weight cardstock. Well, maybe let's use that bedazzle paper that I had out. Why not? Why not? Let's do 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Put that on our soft suede, and then I had out some different dies that have labels in them because as we've been talking about using some of our sets here that we don't always pay attention to. Painted Poppies had a really pretty, I never use these. And this is so pretty. Stitch Season Framelits. This had a pretty one. Oh, and that one too. What's that? Celebration Label Dies. I like that too. Oh my goodness. Oh, those are the hippo dies. That's right. They have some really pretty labels. And this was in Hippo Happiness set. I just thought that would be easier than maybe trying to shake the table all up again here. That, with that. sorry, went quiet again, huh? I was reading. Let's just use some soft suede and add Wishing You Brighter Days. Stamp. Oh, what's under my spiders? Cool. Sorry if I don't put these stamps back in their package and put my dies away. I do tend to get mixed up on what goes where. Let's put this little guy together. This is kind of heavy, so I think I'll use a little liquid glue on that. And then I'm going to have to go get something to drink, I think. My voice is just going. Why? And I'll use the combo again since I'm adding this to that bedazzling paper. It's just dazzling. Maybe we'll pop this one up. Yeah, so if you're interested, I haven't gone back to check, but this was Brutus Monroe's September Inspiration package. And cute stamps. Don't want that hanging off the edge there. Oh, that might be how they did that one. Maybe they cut this or stamped that leaf around into a wreath shape. Ta-da! How about that? See? Here we are. 2 cards. Of course, we went a little longer. Almost an hour. So I'm going to let y'all go so that this thing doesn't take 2 days to upload. And I will see you again very soon. Thanks for being with me. I hope I inspired you to go out and make something special for somebody. Bye, everyone.